The Cats are into another grand final. It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes sense how they keep doing this. And I was going to say this fuckery can't last much longer. Maybe it can. Maybe it can last a lot longer. Paddy Dangerfield is 35 years old.
Australia wins again! You probably will get one! Do this! See you later! See you later! See you in Bali!
And welcome, grand final week, wherever you are and however you are listening around the world. Thank you for doing football with us. Big weekend. Huge weekend, lots happened. Big weekend of football, big weekend of streaming, bigger weekend of just inserting yourself in places where you might find opportunity, as we find that you did do that a lot over the weekend.
Yeah, well, what else are you supposed to do?
You were in places that the camera, it's like you knew where the camera was all weekend. It was view in the rooms, very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
very
bit
funny.
did you like in particular?
The photo where it's just clearly centered around Sam DeCotting and his brother being there, and you deciding to get under their arms and still be in the photo.
I did do that.
Yep.
I also saw, so there's that classic video of they're like FaceTiming their other brother.
Yep.
And I'm just sort of looking up, so proud.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise that AFL had also uploaded one of like just Baz and I dapping up, but they used us as the thing. Whatever photo. Like, it's hilarious.
You caused carnage down there. The
Yeah.
photo, the video where the AFL put it, and it's the Conning boys calling their other brother, and you look like the proud brother who's not involved. Still looking up the camera as they're calling.
Just enough of the same DNA, but none of the good
Not
stuff.
enough. That's the same as the Baz thing. Everyone thinks that you and Baz are potentially related, cousins at least.
Well, you can't. I mean, where's the proof that we're not,
Yeah. Well, it was a big weekend. I mean, for us, the big thing here is the football. Grand final set. We've got Brisbane and Geelong. Never faced off in a grand final before. And as a league, we do now once again have to watch these teams be in a grand final.
Yeah.
I feel like we're a little bit exhausted of these teams being in grand finals, but it's the way that the cookies crumbled. That's where we find ourselves this Saturday.
I'm shocked that they've not faced off
Yeah.
in a grand final.
It's wild.
That's bizarre.
Given they've been in so many, for them to come together for the first time is very, it's a first and it doesn't feel like, well, it does feel like it's happened before. Just that these two being in the grand final, it does feel like we need to, next season, give them Saturday. Next season, let's as a league come together to stop this from happening.
Sure.
Because we need some variety in our grand finals here. Having Geelong and Brisbane run it back for the third time, Geelong going back to another grand final, I think we need a bit of flavour.
Yeah.
Just something else.
So how do we feel about it going in now? Because I think the preference would have been Collingwood-Hawthorn.
Yep.
But then it's funny when you actually see the teams that go through, you sort of go, well,
Yeah.
Possibly Collingwood would have just fallen over and we don't want that. And Hawks probably just didn't quite have enough in there,
What we have is actually the two best teams in it.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
For some, that is boring, but for obviously Brisbane and Geelong, that's great because they have been the two best teams all season. We'll unpack the games and have a little insight into Saturday, but I think Geelong are just out of this world good.
Yeah.
They just feel like it's just whatever they want to do and Brisbane will be there.
The fact that they just totally took their time on Friday night.
Yeah.
Just at their own pace.
Just like, we don't really want to play the first quarter, but then, now we feel like playing someone said like in 90 minutes they won the game by 10 goals.
There you go.
Like, so they just went like that. We've had enough now. We're done playing with you. So, this thing here, Brisbane and Geelong are the two winningest. Is that a word?
It is, but
Doesn't
it shouldn't
feel
be.
like one of those things like pulling on a plane. It should be illegal, but it's not illegal.
Oh, right, okay.
You pull on planes?
I have done. It's terrifying, that feeling when you do flush, though, and you feel like you're going to get sucked through.
Yeah, it's definitely legal, but it feels illegal to pull on a plane. Bit like your seat back. Probably, I think you keep your poos in you anything under 90 minutes.
Yeah. I've never done a poo from sort of like Melbourne to Hobart. Put it that way.
You can hold that in.
Yeah, you hold that in.
Hold that in. Brisbane and Geelong are two winningest teams of the 2020s. The Lions are 102, 2 draws and 43 losses this decade, while the Cats are 97, 1 draw and 46 losses. No other side has won more than 86 games in that period. So the grand final will be the clear leader in the race for the club of the decade.
There you go.
That's wild. And then Brad tweeted this. Brisbane is their third grand final in a row and will add Oscar Allen, Sam Draper, and likely Jordan Riley to their team next season. Geelong into their third grand final in the last 6 years and will likely add Rowan Marshall and James Warple to their team. Charlie Curnow, also keen. So there's that as well. Also, 18 of the last 20 premierships have been won by either cat or bird teams.
Wow.
That's
now, there's
interesting.
something in that.
There is something in that. Wow. A lion's considered a big cat.
No, the biggest.
Yeah. One of the biggest cats you can find, I guess, on planet Earth.
And then the tigers.
Tigers, cats, bird teams, magpies.
Magpies, yeah.
Hawks.
Yeah.
Jeez. It's really a cat and bird league, isn't it? Just a really wild, like a lot's happened in our world over the weekend. We had, obviously, the games of football on. Just a lot of streaming going on, a lot of stuff on socials, like a big weekend. I had a guy who was on a tram at 2 a.m. just send me his penis.
Really?
So there was that as well. Yeah.
In what you went on the
No,
tram?
I was on the tram with him. No, just sometimes I'll just check through the DMs and see what's happening out there. Had a guy at literally. I woke up at it was 7 a.m.
Yep.
He sent me a shot at 2 something a.m. Just him, full selfie mode, just keeping it stiff. So that's probably keeping it stiff too far.
Was it?
Oh,
Really?
he was rock hard. This guy. So we do say keep it stiff. But when you're sending them through, that's probably a bit too stiff.
Well, you're keeping it stiff, certainly metaphorically.
Yeah.
And more so just in your attitude towards life. Not go out there and get an erection and show everyone.
Absolutely not, because we have obviously men and women that listen to this program. We think that just in general, everyone can keep it stiff, keep it moving in the right direction. We don't mean, hey, if you've got the ability to get it stiff, send it stiff.
Show us.
We're good. We just assume that you'll keep it stiff if you can. So that happened. The prelim stream was great with the AFL that we did on Saturday. Thanks everyone who tuned in. Just absolute chaos. Very fun. Very cool to obviously get the league in the building to stream some stuff. Prior there to the stream, very clear-cut rules of what we can and could not do. So one was swearing.
Yep.
The second one was let's just take it easy in the umpiring.
Yep.
I think we got through most of that okay.
We did.
Baz didn't. So for those who were just watching the football and didn't see the stream, we had a bit of a schedule. We said, well, we were lucky enough to get Baz, given that you were down in the rooms and you probably could have got anyone you want down there, given how much work you did down there. We got Baz, and to Graz's credit, awesome. Obviously a friend here. And he said, no worries to you. What time do you want me? I'll make sure that I'm available. And we said, this is great. This is us knowing Baz.
Yep.
Things change quickly with Baz. Like, he can say yes, and then very much Baz will just do what Baz wants to do. So to lock him in within like an hour to go, we were very excited.
Yeah.
We're here, we get going, we get told no swearing. For us, well, for me, I find that sometimes very hard because emotional and profanities come out, we drop F-bombs, big fuck bombs. So then Baz, we start the stream. Baz texts you or calls you and just says, want to make sure this is working, I'll be on my best behavior.
And I'm there thinking, wow.
He's taking this very seriously.
Thank you, Baz.
Yeah, taking it very seriously. We said, that's great. Thank you, Baz. Obviously, you have a big week coming up. You're obviously just doing the right things.
Yeah.
Appearance-wise, saying the right things. Want to be clean cut, very nice, going to the Brownlow. Obviously, we'll do recovery. You'll be somewhere bunkered down.
Yeah.
So we call Baz at 5:10.
Yes.
He picks up and goes, hold on. I don't think I can take this call in the front bar and I can't go to the smokers. And we're streaming to 3,000 people here. So I've tried to go, obviously that recovery is going well. And then he's gone, oh, fucking cunt.
Like almost instantly.
Just on the street. I just hear the lawyers behind us going, cut, 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 cut. And I've had to just put the arm out and say, just give it a second. He'll bring this back. And then he goes, what's going on, cunts? I was like, okay. And then we try to save it like, okay, hey, Baz, obviously good to see you. Congratulations. Let's clap, buy him a bit of time. Yeah. He goes, fucking thanks, boys. Fucking thanks, boys. Ollie, how'd you pull up last night? I said, okay, Baz, I don't think you understand what we're doing here. Awesome you're here, but also just being told we will get fined if we hit a certain amount of C-bombs and fuck bombs. And then he's asked you about your night. You quickly want to move on from it because that was a big night for you, just doing a lot of networking at Circus. So you've tried to move on and distance yourself.
Yeah.
I've tried to get something out of him.
Yeah, anything. Yeah,
Anything.
Just won a prelim.
And then we got. I think we got. Who do you want? He says pies. We say congratulations, and then he just goes, "Cunts, fucking great seeing you. Fucking have a good time. I'm gonna go back in the fucking pub now," and then just left. So from the outset, looking back, like we were cooked as soon as that happened. All time.
You're on Baz time though, aren't you?
I think we've worked out here. If you get Baz, you just take Baz, and you let Baz just run his own show.
Yeah.
So that happened initially off the bat, which was hard.
I feel like that is now the ongoing rule that if you are going to interview him,
Let
we
him
can't
go.
have any of these complaints
Nah.
because he is trying to tell you this is just the way I speak and it will happen.
You know what you're doing. It's like when I see it a lot now in finals. News reporters try and go see fans going into the game or post game, and then when a fan goes, "Yeah, we're fucking excited," and they go, "Oh, what are you expecting?"
Yes.
Like if you're a fizzed up fan rolling into a game who's got face paint on, just expect they're going to drop an F-bomb. Like that's what you expect from Baz. Like you do expect Baz to swear and do what he wants.
Yeah.
So that was off the bat. And then we kind of had some smooth seas post that after just telling Legal to calm down the AFL, footsteps getting busy in the office. And then the greatest moment, I think, up there in my top 3 moments this season, DDF,
Yeah.
Ross the Boss coming in.
Yeah.
Ross the Boss is the most remarkable, amazing, and now one of my, no, you know what? He's my favorite coach in the league. That was an unbelievable recruiting drive that he did in the stream. Because the way he came in with a real, I want to cause some chaos and I know what environment I'm getting into, man, unbelievable.
Have you met him before?
Never in my life.
So I wasn't expecting
No, I was
that.
expecting Ross to be real analytical, but then he told me that what Dan does.
Yeah, he goes, if you want to talk about that, you'll be careful because you'll end up being Dan does high tea.
And then he's
Dan
like,
does suits and high tea.
and then he's egging us to give the bird, and he's dropping like shit bombs. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, Ross is out here dropping shit bombs. It's all happening. He walked in on crutches, so he had a hip replacement a week ago. Still came to the stream, and just I said, "Do you need your crutches?" He goes, "No, they're props." Came down, unbelievable insight, just in his brain. Literally, go back and watch it on YouTube. Like we just took the piss out of all of our internal jokes here on DDF about how they can buy everyone, how you guys have boring games. I kept telling him, Ron Marshall wants to leave. He goes, I haven't heard about that. It's like, but I'm trying to help you here. He doesn't like Tom DeGotting. He's like, oh, that's news to me. And then not playing into not meeting TDK, then them two sitting on the couch. It was just 20 minutes of just unbelievable content.
Even just, like, he set you up to hit you back down with a father-son gag.
He knew he came in prepared with gags. Fun football guy.
Yeah.
Just a fun football guy. That if I'm a AFL player and I just see that 20 minutes of stream, get me to St Kilda.
Yeah.
And even he says, like, you know what? Actually, there's literally no player on any list that's not a target for us. Like, we have so much money. We can go for
I've
it.
never really seen such honesty.
It was so good. You don't get it anywhere else.
You said to him, like, who else are you looking at? He's like, well, I think, like, we're meeting with Sam Flanders. And you go,
Okay.
Should you be telling us
Everyone's got
this?
this? Okay. Great.
right.
And I was telling him that the funniest thing was me trying to tell him that Ron Marshall wants to leave. And him going, I haven't heard that yet. I'm saying, you know what you're doing. You have heard this. We have to sort it out now. How's it going to work with TDK? And he goes, oh, that'll be fine. They'll work it out between them. I'm like, what is going on here? He was awesome. He was such a great guest. We have to do a one-on-one with him.
oh, big time.
How good just a Ross does footy.
And
Ep.
we just know, one thing you've always heard about Ross is that he's a player's coach.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get that and you're like, yep,
Yeah.
totally get it.
I messaged Jack Sauce after yesterday, just in the morning, debriefing it all. And I was like, I totally get why you're going to play for Ross. Because Vossi would never come to me here and try and swear, threaten to give the bird, give us that insight. Ross the Boss didn't give a shit.
Could you imagine what a advert though for Carlton it would have been if he did? And you know,
Vossi said no.
there you go.
We opened the invite out to Carlton and said to Michael, please come on. Let's talk about some stuff. Let's unpack this. Just didn't want a bar of it. Man, they hate me so much. But that was great. Then we had Ruby Slasher who came on and, picked up my pimple straight away.
Yeah.
TDK was here, Cabman, like Doherty, Grace E. Like, it was a good stream.
Sorry, just Ross Lyon double checking that TDK can catch the ball or hit it down just before they sign him was
Ross,
the funniest.
Yeah, Ross throwing a ball in the air, making him tap it down to him, saying, "Oh, that'll work." Like it was a test. Like he hasn't seen him before. It was just chaos. It was great. So, look to do it more next year. I think it was it was a cool thing to do. Sit there and see the stream. So we had a lot of fun with that stream. We've got a thing that's been on, I guess, our mind a lot, or maybe my mind for a long time now, is the Petrarca and Heaney Colgate ad.
Oh, sure.
So we got insight for someone who was there. Because we've always trying to question and ask, why would Track sign up to stand under Heaney to take a huge hanger on him? That's not good for the brand.
And an incredibly vulnerable stance that he was in as well. Like, he looked like an idiot.
Wide-legged, and he's just waiting for it. Not good for the brand. After last season when he came out, wanted to trade and said, yeah, I want to make my brand bigger and more popular and put it in a better light. Getting sat on for a toothpaste company ad, not great for the brand. So this person writes in, I'll keep him anonymous. I will actually, like my lesson last time.
All right, I'll listen.
Dan, I was there at the Colgate ad filming as I worked for an involved company at the time. I can tell you Petrarca was paid more, which is why he got jumped on. Also, it was not Ben Brown, but an extra who just happened to be his doppelganger. The bloke had no clue who Ben Brown was. He was just an actor trying to make a buck. Wow.
There you go.
Track paid more to get sat on.
You know what? Rightly so.
Yeah.
Seriously, though.
I think so.
Rightly so.
So there we go. That ad's getting a lot of airtime. Now finals rolling around. Talk about else. Charlie's Invisalign one. Charlie's doing way too much. Charlie's doing everything but play for Carlton at the moment.
How, and I know you posted about it, but nervous about the Cotton On box?
Man, when Charlie Kerner was placed in the Cotton On box with his manager, I was like, fucking Judas.
Yeah.
Absolute Judas. How dare you do that? There's a story about him we'll get to at the moment. He literally is doing everything but being a contracted Carlton player.
Yes, correct.
Which is wild to me. So I don't get it. Well, there's the news that came out of the weekend about the Pies thing soon, but I just want to, before we get to all of that, just need to defend myself once again.
Oh no, here we go.
Guess what's happened?
Another song?
Yeah. Another Hinge message has hit my DMs. This is not me, so once again, defending that this is not me.
Picture this, we were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor. How could I forget that I matched with Daisy? All this time she was standing, never took her eyes off me.
So that sounds a lot like me, but once again, here to defend myself, I've never been on that app.
It's not what I think people are saying, though. I think you're doing it for whoever's account it is.
I'm not contracting my voice out for people to send off voice notes.
You should.
It does sound, I can't, it's very hard to defend that because even I think that's just definitely me.
Yeah.
It's not me. It's absolutely not me. So I just want to put that out there into the universe and say, if you do come across this guy I will sue. Once I will sue. If you could tell me who that is, we'll get the lawyers ready.
Yeah.
The lawyers are working overtime about the Baz thing, but once they're done putting that to bed, we will also go to the new bed and find whoever that is, because that is very incriminating.
Will we have any money left for lawyers, though, after what Baz has put us through this week?
We've lost so much cash through Baz this year. So, honestly, it's just been been a great year for the lawyers.
Yes.
The lawyers have had an all-time year just defending and trying to keep this house upright. So, yeah, we've got nothing in the bank, which is... we've got ourselves to blame for that. Before we get into football news, a lot of crazy stuff going on in the NFL today.
Oh, yeah.
Just felt like, for those who watch it, I know a lot of people go, shut up about the NFL. We like it. A lot of, just the same theme where field goals were blocked and then taken back for touchdowns, or just crazy stuff happened to end games. My Rams, the heart got ripped out in a brand new way, which I didn't know existed. Going to win the game from 25, 26, 27 yards out, field goal, second to go on the clock, gets blocked and then ran down the field by the Eagles to their end zone for a touchdown, game over. That's the worst way to lose a game.
That hurt.
Against the 2-0 reigning Super Bowl champions, got them on the ropes, about to win, 27 yards out.
Yeah.
And their linemen just bowl over our D-line and take it the whole way, the other way, to win the game. So that was flattening. That was very flattening. So, and my absolute fantasy teams just shit the bed massively.
Shit the bed.
Shit the bed. So it was such a horrible idea putting on auto pick.
I told you.
Yeah, I look at it now and go, God, it looked good on paper, but the worst tactic is auto pick.
What are you missing, do you think? Where are your problem areas?
Well, it's more relationships with the players.
Sure.
Because what's happened here is I've just come in last minute to the change room with my players that have been picked on the team, and it's very much a shake your hand. I don't know anything about you. Let's just do this thing. That's never good culture.
Fantasy version of what Ange Postecoglou is going through right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That is what's happening. It's just I'm trying to build culture in the team, but they don't want to bar me because I come in so late to the thing, literally first week in the job. So that's happening as well. EPL, anything happened interesting over the EPL?
Oh, interesting. Man United got a win.
Good.
That was huge.
Right.
Over your Blues, unfortunately.
Goddamn Chelsea. Everything's
so
blue.
We're starting with that guy, who isn't getting a haircut until Man United win 5 games in a row. He's got his 1 game, so he's almost
he's almost there. That's
four
bold.
more,
That's bold. News around the league. State league grand finals and local grand finals went nuts this weekend.
Did, yeah.
Congrats to every player who walked off the ground with a premiership medal around their neck. Well done you. Well earned. A lot of results here. Footscray, VFL Premiers beating Southport. Trelaw finally gets his premiership. Taylor Dre, who was suspended, then got off, gets a fairy tale ending. Last game wins a flag. And the Sandford Sturt, who were the best team all year, got the job done over Glenelg. That captain who walked out.
dear.
Boy, he wouldn't be anywhere near that joint. And the waffle. Do you see the waffle thing?
I did see the waffle thing.
So it's on our socials. South Fremantle, they beat East Perth by 2 points. The umpires absolutely botched the last 5 seconds of the game. Matty Parker gets done holding the ball in literally the middle of the ground. Free kick to the Royals. First thing, wasn't holding the ball.
No.
First mistake, had it for all of 0.3 of a second. As soon as that free kick gets paid, the siren goes, umpire signals for full time. A Bulldogs player launches that ball so far out of the stadium. The siren goes, everyone's celebrating. You've got East Perth players on their knees. You've got the pyrotechnics bringing out the fire. The song's playing. East Perth go, hold on, that should be a 50 because that's time wasting.
Yeah.
We're going to take a kick. Now 50, let's go forward. Umpire's saying, nah, that's not a free. You can't give a free out there. Take your kick if you want it, but we're not giving you 50. Ends like that. Now a lot of controversy coming out of Perth saying, is it a 50? Is it not a 50? Just an absolute shit show over there in the Waffle Grand Final.
Should have been a 50, you reckon?
Well, allegedly the rule book says you can't give a free kick after the siren's gone for time wasting that they're told. But I think this one, I mean, if it's... The umpire would have to have the world's strongest backbone and the world's biggest plums to call that one. Because that is imagine losing a grand final on that.
Well, we've kind of seen it in the last week, right?
We have seen it in that Quaffle game.
Yeah.
I think Cooperoo lost like that.
Yeah.
So we have seen it before, but it felt like in a big league like this, common sense maybe got prevailed here. Like it's cool full time, the siren's gone. It's a grand final, so you get the emotion. You kind of understand why that, and also East Perth players, they're literally on the ground. Like they've kind of acknowledged that the game's over as well. So it would have been worse if the Dogs players lost the grand final on that.
Totally.
So from that, that's the worst 5 seconds of umpiring I think we've seen all year. So shout out to all those guys. They probably won't ever get a gig in the league.
Jeez, it must feel nice to be able to talk like that about the umpires
Feels
again.
great. I had to regrow my tongue.
Yeah.
On the weekend, and lawyers from the big house were behind us.
Particularly when you found out Chol got 3 weeks.
When I found out Chol got 3 weeks of the stream, I almost bit half my face off.
Yeah.
That is absolutely absurd. So this Waffle Game final, I don't know. I think it's just like it is what it is. It's one that probably is one, but isn't one really.
Sure.
Given the actual state of the game, siren's gone, grand final. I mean, if we're giving that away, you give them all away.
Sure.
Like, where do you end there? So I think it was the right decision, but who knows? When the league's wheeling out pyrotechnics in the presentation stage, the game's done.
That's true.
The game's done. I still love that the Raws player just got so peer pressured into having a shot again after the siren. You know my favorite thing in the world? Where,
absolutely.
Yeah, where players think they can do something that's not human and launch a ball from literally the center circle through the goals to win the game. I love the headed crack though. Just in case something crazy happens to you, everyone stop singing for a second, set up.
I must admit, we've seen it before in penalties where the goalkeeper, the ball hits the crossbar, and then the goalkeeper's celebrating because he saved it, but with the backspin, the ball's just slowly
gone back in.
So, you
never know.
You never know.
It was a real move then, just to show the umpire, look, if a 50 was given, I could have clearly made the distance.
Yes, that's
just
true.
to let you know there. So, just mayhem coming out of the waffle. Now we get to Charlie. A fourth club has entered the race for Charlie Curnow, Collingwood. Collingwood somehow are now in the race. So this is bizarre to me. We know that, we found out over the weekend that Geelong were approached by Charlie and his management 4 months out from the story breaking.
Yeah.
So he went to them, said, I want to get out. Now Collingwood are involved. For a guy who says he wants to get out of the Melbourne fishbowl and escape and get to Geelong, I get to the Gold Coast. Moving to Collingwood is not getting out of the fishbowl.
No.
You're getting in a smaller fishbowl with less room and more eyeballs. So that seems like a bizarre move. Collingwood say, obviously come to him, said, forget Bondi, forget Burleigh, let's go play in front of 90,000 people again, the MCG. Let's have more eyeballs on us and more scrutiny. I guess Josh and Nick Dacos have something to do with this. They're business partners, probably pitching to him in their business ventures. with Mychek and Elliott leaving, we think that frees up cap space. Craig McRae has some kind of fetish with dating Carlton players.
Yeah.
Saw the Jack Silvani incident. Obviously, he's now confident after the first date. He can go for a second date with Charlie. So the Pies obviously don't care. They're going to try and poach who if they want. But if this was to happen, which I cannot see it happening, like the two biggest clubs going head-to-head over what Charlie's worth would be awesome. Because there's no way that Carlton would let this happen.
No.
But if they would, it'd be one of the biggest heel turns of all time from Charlie Curnow.
Yeah.
Just to turn public enemy number one. Don't say you want to leave the fishbowl, then go into a worse fishbowl. That seems like a bad move. So if you do want to go to Collingwood, Charlie, that's fine. Collingwood will work with you. We want Nick Dacos as a starting point. And then you'll say no, then we'll say, okay, we'll take Josh. You'll say no, we'll say, okay, we'll take Nick, Josh, and Peter Dacos. We'll take the trio. That's what it's going to take. Like, I can't see that move happening at all. But for a guy who wants to leave and be anywhere but Carlton to say, oh, actually, now Collingwood might be a club of interest, I don't get it all.
Great for leverage, though.
Great for leverage. 100%. Well, any club you talk to, you keep putting the pressure on Carlton. So what's he going to do? Talk to every club and be like, oh, maybe I want to go there now, maybe I want to go down there. Like, make your mind up.
Yeah.
And I know he wants to get out, but I think there's no way he gets out of this contract. Absolutely no way.
Certainly not to the Pies.
Mate, there's nothing Pies could give us. Again, like I've said about Geelong and Gold Coast, there's nothing on that I'd say I want. Sydney, that's a different story. Errol Gordon, like the look of that. Errol and Chad, take it. Everyone else, absolutely not. I don't want to talk about that with you, Collingwood. This story as well, bro, a bit of a lesser story. Jaden Stevenson wants to return to football. Playing Div 3 Ferntree Gully at the moment. Obviously, Collingwood, then North, then retired. Now coming out, his management starting to reach out to the clubs to ask if there's any interest. Didn't ask Ross the boss if there was interest in that. I think I know the answer.
It's probably no.
I think it's going to be a no for Jaden Stevenson. But just letting everyone know, hey, I'm available. I am interested in getting back to football. Also just saw a tweet here that Jamara had his exit meeting with the Dogs. And Jamara had his exit interview. Is what it says, a medical in recent days. No move from the club to tell him his career is over. Both parties will proceed to the trade period to try and find him a new home if possible.
Interesting.
So I guess he's on the move. If he can... I mean, who takes him?
It's one hell of a good culture that would have to get him, surely.
Oh, yeah. You watch fucking Geelong or someone just turn him into a superstar again.
Yeah.
Exit meetings on like a mad Tuesday after your Footscray players have won is just horrible culture. Don't do that. Let the boys celebrate.
The anxiety.
Yeah, don't let the boys celebrate. Don't be doing exit meetings the day after a Footscray flag, doggies. A4W. A lot of action on the weekend. Season's in full swing now. They're complaining about Vic Park.
Okay.
You know Vic Park?
Yeah.
It's called Dog Shit Park for a reason. So some of the stuff that's going on here. So Sydney trained there the other day and people were walking through their training session because dog park. The amount of dog shit on that park is actually quite remarkable.
Yeah.
There's so much shit out there. It's just full of dog park, dog poo everywhere. Apparently they're painting sand bits green to make the sand look like grass for broadcast. Like, you cannot be playing football this ground.
It's not great.
It's not good at all. Sturt's the same thing in Adelaide. It's dog shit park for a reason because people go walk their dogs there, don't take dog bags, and then just shit everywhere. Imagine you're playing there and you get tackled into the ground and then you get up and you've got just poo everywhere because someone forgot to bring a bag to the ground. And
I don't care what anyone says. There's no groundskeeper in the world that's good enough to get every single last bit of dog poo.
You will miss some. And also, we know what it's like. You walk past dog poo and you're like, nah, I'm not picking that up. Especially when it's not yours.
Oh, you're never picking someone else's dog poo up.
I don't think, if there are people out there who pick up other people's dog poo because they see it and someone else hasn't, the owner hasn't, psycho.
Yeah.
That should be illegal.
Your head goes to one of the Great Samaritans, but then you go, actually, no, weird.
Real weird.
Really weird.
Yeah. What do you do if you get a dog bag?
Well, it depends.
I've got a tactic.
Go on.
Just like a leaf.
Yeah.
And then move it to the side, off the road, and let it just go down with nature.
I guess that's the answer.
I'm not going to carry shit. I don't have any dog bags. I'm not trying to do this on purpose. I'm not going to carry shit in my pocket and then walk past a bin and go, oh, there's a nice place to put it.
You know what my least favourite thing is now? We've got two dogs. When I'm walking them, and Carlos is a bit bigger, so he's got quite, proper steamy type poos. If we're quite far away from the bin, because he's quite pulley, I'm holding the bag and you're sort of swaying left and right. So you end up just having a bag of poo hitting like...
Your hand?
Almost like testicles, essentially. and just slapping either side of your hand.
And it's warm.
For about 15 minutes going, this is just the worst.
Man, I know that feeling when a dog does a poo first thing in the morning and a walk of that steam.
Yes.
That's got to feel good for the dog.
Oh.
Being like, that felt so nice.
And then they just go, pick that up.
Yeah, pick that. It's literally that flaming heap up.
Yeah.
And then you've got to walk with it. Yeah. Well, that's what they're doing at Vic Park. There's a lot of poo out there, just flaming heaps out there. That's why it steams in the morning.
That's why.
It's just so much poos on there. And then they make the AFL players play on it, so that's not good. Speaking of shit, a lot of shit happening in Essendon. A lot of shit. I don't know why they continue to want to burn their own club to the ground, but the key figures at Essendon are calling for a board shake-up with current president Dave Barham under real pressure. His seat would be so hot right now with everything that's going on. It says key power brokers and a former player behind the move, and this feels like Kevin Sheedy and James Hird getting going again. It always feels like they just want James Hird to coach the club, regardless of what's happened in the past.
Yeah.
It feels like every Essendon, especially the Rotary?
In what?
Coterie groups?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think it's them.
Yeah,
You know how every club has those, or like the big clubs do?
Gotcha.
I think like those always
I don't know much about that.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't. I think like they just really push for her to always be the coach. So that's happening. So if there's a board shake-up, that's wild that they shake the board. I think they just fixed their board.
Well, realistically, though, it doesn't matter about that. There wouldn't be a cold seat in the building right now.
Everyone's in trouble.
Membership team, reception.
Everyone's hot.
Yeah.
Everyone there's got a hot seat. Imagine going in there knowing that this is just probably, again, we have our awards night tomorrow, Zep.
Yes.
Which we'll do. We're going to do it today, but given there's so much that came of the weekend and tomorrow is a bit of a middle week program into our preview. Let's do our awards tomorrow. This move here feels like they're now nudging towards they want to be shitters club.
Yeah.
So who knows? They throw Dave Barman under the bus and get rid of him. I don't know. On top of all of that, yesterday on just a random Sunday, two guys who were enjoying their weekend, their day off, get sacked. Jaden Laverty and the guy who pretty much held them together this year when everyone else was down and out. Old Gold. Todd Goldstein's out of there. Unbelievable. I've come around to Old Gold. Embarrassed me twice. Played last year when he should not. Played this year again. But I come around to him just being just a pillar of continuity and strength and just a common theme throughout their team this year was Old Gold. So I didn't think he was going to play at all this season. It felt like he didn't even do a preseason really. No. He just walked in every day, collected his superannuation and he's checked and then bounced. And then he gets thrown into 16 games because Draper does an Achilles, Brian does his knee, Vicentini just isn't ready yet, gets injured as well. So him getting sacked, interesting decision to list a guy when you have one healthy ruck on your list.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And he didn't really look out of place this year, to be fair.
No,
he was
looked
fine.
good. He wanted to go again. Like Brad, I think this is a case of, we know what happened, what Brad did at North. Brad Scott hates old people because he sent him to a retirement home now. He did this at North. Remember? Boomer Harvey was going right, made him retire, chose to play a young team instead of the old heads. And now if Merritt gets his way and leaves, then Goldie is now out of the building. Peter Wright's their oldest player at 29. That's a full-blown just reset in the club.
Yeah.
So they've clearly got a plan here. But poor Goldie, by the sounds of it, he wanted to go and wants to go again in the league. Someone pick him up. 38 years old next year. He's still very young in the eyes of Geelong.
Oh, mate.
Spring chicken.
Yeah.
This young Goldstein might have a career here. He would be on their list for sure. So we need Old Gold back on the list for one more. I've come full circle.
Who needs him then?
Honestly, anyone who wants a good culture person.
Yeah.
Good ruck coach. A guy who's just going to, he's ready. He'll always be ready.
Maybe he could be sort of tag team with Tom Campbell. Maybe the D's pick him up.
That's a good play. Just to push Gawn.
Yeah.
You should double team
Gawn.
Gawn.
Of them, yeah.
Double team, yeah. Gawn's going to be his ninth Australian. He's going to get double teamed at training by Old Gold and Tom Campbell. That's a good call. I like that. So let's see. We want to see Goldie back on the list next year if we can. Also, while we're just staying on poos and poo themed.
Yeah, please do.
To the person that took a poo at the MCG.
Right.
In that video that I put up.
Oh, yeah.
Just how have you done it? How have you done? Someone goes, oh, no, it's pumpkin soup. One, they're not serving pumpkin soup at the MCG. I know that for a fact. It's poo. To be able to do that is actually incredible. To be like, my gut's so sore, I'm going to cleanly squirt one out and then just leave my seat. Man, I know the toilets at the MCG. We've had the whole chat before. Gross little 10 minutes we've had here. But I expect that when you go to walk into a cubicle to just, you like to sit down and wee. I sometimes have to poo. I expect that when you walk in, though. It's like I know I'm getting into that someone has definitely shat everywhere but the toilet.
Sure.
Not at my seat.
No.
Outside in the ground. Remarkable scenes to whoever did that. Should be banned from going football forever. Let's get into the prelims because we unpack them to go and move our focus to grand final week. This week, we'll start off with the first game, which was Friday night, Geelong and the Hawks. Geelong. I mean, both these prelim games felt like semi-blowouts, didn't they?
Yeah, in the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
And prelim week is the best week. The grand final week isn't the best week. Prelim's the one because it's just two teams, all the neutrals, especially down Geelong and Brisbane, just sort of, you check in, but really you're mostly checked out and you just want to be drinking beers at work events all week.
Sure.
So a couple of things did catch my eye this week during the prelim week. I think we saw across both games that the umpiring, they let a lot more go. Like they swallowed the whistles big time in finals. There was a few ones there. Gunson's free against on Henry in the goal square where Henry slips over. The ball going out in the fall, then being called in to danger.
Yep.
In that game. I thought we had boundary tech. Obviously, that was like a Fugazi. We don't have that.
Yeah, I think they lied.
We definitely don't have that.
Nah.
The fact that no one even checked that, that's a real, the league says we've got it. How will we know?
Yeah, we've got it.
No, that's all. That looks all good on our
good
end.
for it. Definitely good for it.
I mean, the big one's a Starcevic on Elliott one, which we'll talk about later. So the umpiring, they just let more go in finals. That's just a thing. The second one was grown men rocking face paint.
Yep.
Has never been more back.
Yeah.
We got Catman, we know, Hawkman, Lions man. I think I even saw a Pie man.
Yeah.
Grown men and face paint. Face paint's back big time in the league.
Well, because you've got two ends of the spectrum. So you've got like a Catman, which we can all agree is a production, right? His whole look is...
That's makeup. That's a makeup artist.
He's a makeup artist.
Yeah.
But then at the total other end of the spectrum, you've just got someone who's gone to the arts and craft stall out the front.
Like we did.
And just get maybe your favourite number.
Yeah.
Or, little cat whiskers or something. It's
Face
so
paint's
back.
Face paint's so back. I'm big on face paint being back in games. Just sitting down. Because it's one place where no one blinks an eyelid.
That's true, actually. If you're walking down Coles,
Yeah.
and
you've got a full face of just paint and your team's colours, people go, oh, a bit weird. But you can walk into any football stadium with a full face of paint and everyone goes, pretty cool, actually.
Good job.
Yeah, actually, I want to get 4 beers. You go get beers. No one at the start, none of the beer staff even question like, oh yeah, just play on.
Now that I don't know if I could take seriously if I was working there.
got a
And
full-
someone comes up and goes, yeah, just these 4 beer
Yeah,
sacks, mate.
thanks.
You go,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's
Yeah. Okay, it's a line man.
That's a
Great,
line,
awesome.
yep.
Line man's a new one.
Yeah.
We've got what we have in the grand final. We have Catman against the very new Lion Man. So we saw Catman.
Oh, boy.
Catman, my lost plot. We saw Catman.
Sorry, might have.
Has Catman post game ate a hawk feathers.
Yeah.
Which would have just been so bad for the digestive system. So he's there. We've got Catman, who's been the mainstay in the scene.
Yeah.
And now we've got the new Lion Man. Don't know where Lion Man came from, but Lion Man's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
His face is a lion. Forget the actual grand final. I want to see Catman, Lion Man. Forget the halftime sprint.
Oh,
Just give us Catman, Lion Man hissing and roaring at each other. And first one to back down. And that's the entertainment. That's what I want to see.
and they do it. They strike me as the sort of people that would do
Oh,
it.
Catman would be in for a hiss off or and the roaring. And that'd be great. Just them.
Back,
That's what I want to see.
horched, you could see it.
I want to see that instead of the sprint. Unreal scenes. So we've got that to look forward to. Very bizarre by Catman. I haven't checked in post that, but I did see that and thought, oh, he's lost the mind again. So
We're
there was
one
that.
win away from the biggest Catman crush out you've ever seen.
Catman literally might just turn into a human cat and never speak English again.
Yeah.
If they win a flag, he's just going to be so excited. Going to be on heat. Do cats get on heat?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, he'll be on heat massively. The third thing that I came across was that the MCC line to get into the ground is just ridiculous.
yeah.
So to get on, you wait. To be a member, you wait 20, 30 years. Your parents put you on when you're a young kid and say, look, in 20, 30 years, you appreciate that. No, you won't. Because guess what? I'm now on the list and have to wait 3 hours to get into the ground. That doesn't seem fun at all. That doesn't seem enticing. That is wild.
So it's GA in there, is it?
It's free for all. You run to your seat.
Right,
You find
okay.
a seat, you run and get it. But that doesn't entice me at all. Someone's like, you should go on the MCC list. Get yourself a membership. Absolutely not.
Why?
Why would I? Why would it? They've definitely oversold the memberships because there's no way you can't cram everyone in there.
No.
So if you remember, you're not guaranteed to getting in. And when you are in, you got to wait 3 hours to get in the ground. I'm good.
And you got your ice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm good. And Anna's already a member, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I'd rather just sit behind glass. Express lane to that. How much is it? How much is it just to be a member versus one off, have a little fun time behind glass?
I tell you what, fascinating call. Because I don't reckon it'd be as bad as it sounds.
Horrible. Shout out to everyone who was in the line, in that end line, just being like, you know what, I know I've got 3 hours to get there, and getting there early too. In face paint. That was big. But Friday night, Geelong 115, Hawks 85. Now, we might have too much power because we're now controlling coin toss before the game.
Yep.
Hammy tear. So I didn't think that guy who messaged in was doing a coin toss. I thought, it's a few new thing they're going to do. Hey, Dan, I'm tossing the coin now.
Doing it.
So I was like, just go down the hammy. Went down with the hammy. Massively. So we've seen it twice now. 2 hamstrings been done. Yeah. Is that our new sick thing that we're known for around the world? The coin toss gag?
I think we're making it our own.
We're making a difference.
Yeah.
We put a call out there for whoever is doing the coin toss. I'd love it to be the grand final if that person is listening to the podcast or this gets them somehow. We want someone to flip the coin and go down with a huge shoulder dislocation or labrum tear and just hold it for ages.
It feels like I want to say perfect end to the year.
Yep. So if you are that person or you know that person who is tossing the coin now, probably going to be corporate because we know corporate day, grand final. If that corporate's a fun guy or woman and loves football fun guy or woman, go down with a shoulder tear.
Well, I think the guy who did it at the Saints game originally was very corporate.
Yeah,
and he seemed fun,
but fun corporate.
Yeah,
some corporates are fun.
Oh, they're not.
I know they wear the suits, but some of them love fun. Mostly do love fun. So that was cool before the game to see that. In front of 99,000, this game revolved around one guy, a guy who's been playing for 18 seasons. 35 years old. Mm-hmm. Say it again. He's 35, played 359 games, and just decided, you know what? I've saved myself for a few seasons here. I'm going to have the best game of my career at 35 after 358 of them. 31 touches, 3 goals, 21 contested touches, 8 clearances. Actually unbelievable. There's no other words to describe what he did here. He was just a guy on an absolute mission. Like, I knew the Hawks were cooked in the first quarter when he went back with the flight and Jeremy Cameron was coming the other way and Jeremy Cameron put his knee in the back of Dangerfield's head and Danger bounced up and started laughing. Hawthorn, you're cooked. Danger's taking a knee to the head and loving it? Forget about it. It's done.
That's sicko behaviour, isn't it?
That's psychotic behaviour to do that. Like, he's 35 years old.
Yes.
How long does this fuckery last? Because he's been destroying teams for what feels like 15 years now. Just like doing it single-handedly. And for Cats fans, you sit there and you just be like, I'd love to know, you must sit there and go, he's the greatest thing that's ever happened to us.
And they'd also be thinking, this is just never going to end.
Never.
This is our life now.
Maybe as Geelong, it's just like, this is our life forever now. We're just always in prelims. And we have the best team and we never go to the draft because we just recruit the best players from other teams and this is it for us. This is how it goes. Like, it's just crazy. Sam Mitchell after the game said that he can't wait for Danger to retire. I get that.
Totally get that.
I totally get that. Also said that in the game that Danger now he's a bit older, he understands his game and how the game is played, that he doesn't need to be best on every time to win the game, even though he did here. But he understands in finals football is just big moments. And he won big moments. In fact, he won 31, 32 of those big moments. So he gets that. It's just when you have a moment, you got to win it. And he's just his body. Like, how is he so explosive still? Yeah. It's crazy.
It's also pretty funny that Sam Mitchell is only 7 years older than Danger.
35. Like, I just don't understand. I know people saying, like, there'll be a lot of people because that's the way we do things here. Just when someone's great, we got to try and, like, hate on him and bring him down. He's 35 and had 30-odd kick 3. Like, just everywhere. It was the best final I've ever seen anyone play.
Really?
Yep. Oof. To do it at 35, just the context of that is just out of this world. So he was, again, just, if he does that next week or this week, pack it up. If he goes back with the flight and Harris Andrews puts him into next year, he's going to laugh. And then you're in trouble. It's just crazy. So, in the last quarter of this game, Chol kicked a goal to 3 goals. Then maybe Cats fans were a little bit nervous, but then Stengel kicks that goal off the ground. Then our guy Baz iced the game, sends Geelong into another grand final. Baz himself was huge, 36 and a goal.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of questions are being asked. Is he rocking fake tan? Because he's extremely more tan than everyone else, and we've got to know. Is he seeing someone who's got a solarium down there? Does he have a solarium? Give us some insight, because he lives in Geelong.
Yeah.
Melbourne itself, we haven't seen sun for a long time. How's he so tan?
I am not going to tell you exactly, but
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that there are some dark arts at play.
Yep.
He is doing something.
Okay.
It's not just natural. He
He's
doesn't
doing
just get it
something.
from the sun.
He's doing
I
something
know
else.
that something is at play,
Okay.
but I don't want to give that away for him.
He's on that Milano tan, for sure. Melatonin. Which we
Yeah,
got
we
wrong.
did-
Definitely on
Couldn't quite
melatonin.
figure out.
Well, he was amazing. He's so beautifully tanned. Obviously, he's working on that, which has been great. So
Yeah.
it's amazing that Baz's mind can be everywhere but football and still be really good at football.
I mean, he's just cracked the code for himself.
He actually has.
It doesn't work for everyone.
Him going to Geelong has been absolutely masterstroke by them, just to be like, we know who you are, but just keep doing what you're doing and we'll make sure you're just good at football. Like, we'll actually put you in a more relaxed environment to be great and you can do whatever you want to do. Just come in and dominate on the weekends. That's all we ask for. Like, even their midfield dominant, like, they destroyed in the midfield. Their clearance was crazy. The one-centre clearance, 20-5. And again, a game where we go Chris Scott, just big football brain. Let's take away every Hawthorn strength and just, I'll have one of my best coaching games of my career. So early, Tom Stewart goes out. Jai Clark comes in, puts Jai Clark in the centre bounces. Hawthorn would be like, one, who's that guy? What are his strengths? And then he does really well coming in the sub. Jai Newcomb, we got the Hawks going to Adelaide. We saw that. I think Jai won the first 4 or 5 centre clearances in Adelaide, got them going. Chris Scott just said, absolutely no way. Put Atkins on Newcomb. Then the Irish brothers, man, they're clamps. The Irish clamps go to work every week when they need to. So O'Connor goes to Weddle.
Yep.
Oyster sauce, Oisin.
Why not, mate?
Which one is it?
I believe it's Oishin.
Oisin goes to Wiz, made the Wiz do that trick where he disappears.
Yes, it was
So
good, wasn't it?
Wiz did the kick that crazy goal of the year, which is cool. Only had the 5 touches. Now they have online started calling him Timu Wiz when he has bad games. So that was that. So I mean, those Irish guys again. Just if you need someone clamped down or a job done, go to Ireland.
Welcome to Dublin, my friend.
I have no doubt every team is sending a recruiter to Dublin just to go look in bars and be like, who looks like they're just tagging and Guinness hard? We can apply that to AFL. Like, they just do it.
Yeah.
And there is some, we all know that. There's been guys that you've played with in football, or you just know that if you tell them, hey, you need to do this job, they will make their sole focus to just do that one thing. Like, Oyster Sauce Mullen he couldn't tell you where the football was at any point.
Nah.
All he know was where Wiz's back of Wiz's head was. And I knew that Wiz was all in all sorts. And when Hawthorn were cooked, when I saw Wiz at back pocket in the last quarter, all out at sea, that felt like a bizarre move to do. Now, I know what Sandwich was trying to do. Let's get Wiz down back so he can get a good view of how the Geelong system works and the small forward works for Geelong, and then take that back into next year and work off that and just get some appreciation for it. But the Wiz should never be in the back pocket.
Is that what the reason why?
Oh, yeah, 100%. What benefit is Mitchell going, you know what? I know we're down by 4 goals here. Let's get some speed off half-back. Where's Wiz? No way.
What, so you're thinking it's just, hey, just go and appreciate this?
I generally think
front row seat.
Yep, I think Sam Mitchell said, I know the game's got to go sense of this thing. Let's make sure we get some experience here into Wiz in terms of he can go see how Brad Close moves, how does Grind Mine moves, and then next year he'll know he's seen that, we can mold him into that mode, because Wiz needs to get into a midfield role eventually. He can't just be a small forward pocket.
Why not?
Because Kasiah Picker hasn't. Look how good that worked. You can't. The league now needs you to play 2 spots minimum.
That's true.
You can't play 1 spot. Ruckman can play 1 spot because who cares? And massive sons of bitches. That's all they need to do. But if you're any other player, you need to be 2 position player. You can't be 1. So I think that's why he did that. So when he was there, I was like, okay, well, Mitchell's clearly getting on with the game here as well. So even this Hawthorn, who wants a fast game, back to Chris Scott, him being able to slow it down, take the pace off the ball, then DeConning's pushing forward, which he hasn't done for the final series, gets dangerous and makes the Hawks forwards defend. Just genius. He's just a genius coach. Did you see him down there? Was he angry at all? Was he smiling?
I didn't see him.
You see any blind people down there or not?
Well, no.
You didn't?
and I wonder why.
Yeah, I think this week would have been a no blind person zone for sure.
So he doesn't like blind people, and his brother hates old
people. So I must run in the Scott family that if you just have, if you have the tendencies to be old and blind, I hate your guts straight away. I can see it. I can see it when you look at them. I can be like, oh, these guys definitely hate old people. And even more, they hate blind people.
You've got the look in their eye.
Yeah, they do. So they just the Cats were great. They're so good. They just had big moments. Like, midfield did they want. And for the Hawks, you could see that they were just missing. Honestly, they're missing Zach Merritt. They're missing an absolute just stud in the middle to get them going to be consistently good. So you can totally see why Sam Mitchell is all in on Zach Merritt. That makes total sense. Yeah. They go and get that star who just doesn't get shut out of games, brings the midfield into games even when he's still getting sat on.
Yeah.
They're a Zach Merritt away from being in a grand final.
Yeah.
They're that close. They're that close. They get to a prelim now, and we see this with teams. They just slowly crawl their way forward to the big dance, and this is what the Hawks have done. Last year, won their elimination final. This year, they get to a prelim. This is what they've done. Yeah. So next year, they get Zach Merritt, and this team's totally different. I love Sam Mitchell post-game. Just turned into one of us. Just exhausted, big game, and amazingly, the reporters lost their minds and decided to ask him, got a tip for the grand final. This is what he said.
As before, got a premiership tip?
No. I hope they all lose.
Do you feel that...
Then he was asked about Tom Stewart and having the bye now the week before the grand final. So he's just lost the prelim, and they're running these questions. He was asked about Tom Stewart, should they move that week off, and he said this.
Tom Stewart now will be out of the grand final next week. There's obviously a lot of talk moving from the end of round 24 to before the grand. Any thoughts on that?
You can ask me another day. I don't care right now. So I don't mean. I just don't. My mental capacities of dealing with what I'm dealing with right now. That I don't give a shit. Sorry.
What a star. One of us.
It's true though.
What would he give? We've got to check these journalistic standards in there. If you're running, he's just lost the prelim, you're running, hey, what do you think about this week off because Tom Stewart might be able to come back, or got a tip for a grand final, get your ass out. Don't ask him that. I love that he was one of us. I don't give a shit. I hope everyone loses.
Yeah.
Loved it. Love that. So, well done the Hawks. The Hawks had a good season. They had a great run. They're still young, still learning. It's just incredible that Geelong keep being Geelong. Like the 7th grand final this century, Dangerfield's still playing at level. Chris Scott clearly has us against blind people mentality. In the group and the world, everything just complements each other. The midfield, Atkins, who tackles everyone, the Irish tag team champions, Baz Holmes, Danger, it feels like they're just a level ahead of everyone. It really does. Every player on their team, as opposed to what we talk about the Wiz, can play different positions. So you've got Brian Myers rolling into stoppages, Sean Manor forward in the midfield, Dempsey's on a wing, then up forward. If you play Geelong, you need so many plans. And Hawks didn't have enough plans for this game. So they go into another grand final. Now, the big talking here is no Tom Stewart. So he misses the concussion. Everyone's talking about, is it time to move that week off? But it's before the grand final. We spoke to Aaron Cadman. He's like, absolutely not. Take momentum in the grand final. So don't move it. Just leave it. It's just going to be unlucky for someone who does miss.
Or maybe in the immortal words of Sam Mitchell, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, who gives a shit? That's football, Hey, it's big league. We're playing football. So if you miss, you miss. Greg Swan was asked about it at the pre-grand final bye last week. And then Tom Stewart things happened. He says it's more to do with somebody getting concussed and not being able to play in the grand final. That's why we think the bye will be better off before the grand final. So he's taking this to the league today. Remember when we spoke a few weeks ago about him taking all these crazy ideas he has? This is going to a board today.
You know what? The more I think about it, though, is I feel like it is a little bit more relevant when it comes to just any other injury. But with concussion, it's it almost feels like you're trying to rush them back for the grand final.
Yeah.
If you're only who's to say they're going to be right the next week anyway? Tom Stewart might
be symptoms.
Might have delayed concussion. So
might have symptoms. So also Chol getting 3 weeks of that, as we said.
Yeah, no.
Game's gone.
It's not 3 weeks.
What's he supposed to do? Stewart gets legged by, I think it was Butler.
Yeah. And
then he tries to, I guess you can kind of see try him roll him over. It happens so, what do you want him to do? Just to walk through and be like, okay, you got to pass now because I can't tackle you to the ground. There is football accidents just happen. Actions happen. We're playing football. It happens so quickly. They're grown men. They're tackling. They're going 100 miles an hour. What do you want him to do? It felt like Paul Curtis was just standing over Michael Christensen saying, hey, remember what happened? Because the original Paul Curtis decision now that Michael Christensen gave, that dummy, getting it wrong, has now set a precedence that any tackle like that is 3 weeks. So, the league now is handing out suspensions based on outcomes instead of actual actions, because that action is legal in a game. There's no free kick. There's nothing illegal about it. And then he gets 3 weeks post-game? That makes zero sense. Absolutely no sense that just because someone gets concussed. If Tom Stewart isn't concussed, what is it? The league answer that.
Yeah.
On the league. On a wall and then say, hey, AFL House, who's making the decisions? Oh, Michael Christensen. Hey, Chriso, dummy. What is it if he's not concussed? Is it just a tackle? Because it's not a free kick. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Charles they got to go and challenge that. I hope they do. We haven't heard yet. It was supposed to happen by now, but that makes absolutely no sense. And if the Hawks do make the grand final, it just feels like he would get off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So who knows? But he's out there, obviously at Circus, having fun, doing his thing. And for the Cats again, so they got some issues as well. Jack Henry, his ankle. Mm-hmm. Got to watch that. I love that Max Holmes is now playing in his grand final after missing 2022. Yeah. That's a good storyline. Baz, off the back of missing a whole season the year before, then getting traded to the Dogs, having a career best season, being at the grand final last year with Nick Dacos, and putting a photo on Instagram with the caption, "Be out there one day." Ollie Dempsey commented on saying, "Next year, brother." Ollie Dempsey has that Christian vision. He can see the future.
It's a thing.
That's a thing. It's very rare that Baz is in the prayer group. Don't you reckon?
Yeah. I don't know if he's praying a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Is there now? I'm not a Christian at all, but I'm sure there would be some kind of Christian membership where you could be one from Monday to Friday.
Sure. I see what you're saying.
And then the weekends you just go a bit crazy, then come back again Monday.
So you're not having the body of Christ and the blood of Christ on the weekends, but just through the week you're kind of locking in.
I think you can do that. I think they'd say if you want to kind of just, you don't have to buy in completely, but if you want to just have a good conscience for Monday to Friday and try and do the right things, then a bit like a diet, you can blow out on the weekends, then come back Monday.
You're going to have a cheat day.
So I think that's where they're at there. So they knew what they're doing the whole time. Dempsey called it. He knew what they're doing there. So well done the Cats fan. Well done Geelong. Well done. Been another grand final. As much as it pains us neutrals, it's just, I just go, how lucky are Geelong fans really?
Yeah.
They've been so good since it feels like the invention of the game. Every single year it's like, poor Geelong, make another prelim. Oh, they make another grand final. We've got Dangerfield, Scarlett. So many legends that come through. Bartel, Enright. They've just been so blessed. The Hall of Fame list that they could just put together right now, it was crazy. Yeah. The past players. And they don't know pain. You don't even know what a rebuild is. You just reload and go again, because that's Chris Scott's attitude. You can't rebuild through the draft, so you just bring in good players, and that's how you do it. They've fully cracked the cheat code. It's just, every time what normally happens, you're supposed to fall off. They don't fall off. They just make a prelim, and then if they lose that prelim, it feels like a down year. So it makes no sense for me. And Charlie Curnow being there behind glass pissed me off even more with Cotton on. So one of them. Also, what's being debated, I saw online, now that they've entered the twilight of their careers, who won the Patrick Dangerfield for Dean Gore trade? So, Dangerfield to Geelong, this is the trade that happened. Dangerfield to Geelong, Dean Gore, pick 9 and 28 to Adelaide. Now, Dean Gore didn't ever play a game. Sure. So, who do you think won that trade in your honest opinion?
Probably Geelong.
Yeah, I think just Geelong.
Just?
Yeah, because Dean Gore could have been anything. It didn't play any games, but pick 9 and 28 for Danger. Looking back on that now, seems like Geelong just absolutely screwed Adelaide over on that one.
Yeah.
Massively. Dean Gore must have had some big raps on him to get thrown in that. That's a good part of history to have. Dean Gore must have been the next thing coming through for them to go, for Adelaide to go, you know what, we'll trade Danger, but we want Dean Gore.
I think he just won a premiership with Sturt.
Did he actually?
I think so.
Well done, Dean. Well done, Dean.
Maybe.
Or the potential coming through. So still,
no, Dean Gore retires from Sturt.
Okay, well, the discussion's not over. So Danger's still got to get a few more, years in him probably. And Dean Gore's done. And when we look back in the history books, we'll have this discussion again to see who won that trade.
Do you want to know what Dean Gore's up to now?
I actually do. What are you up to?
He works in garage door installations.
Oh, Dean
in
Gore.
Banksia Park.
Dean Roller Gores.
Roller Gores.
Banksia Park.
Yeah.
I used to go. That's where I'm from.
There you
Banksia
go.
Park. Dean Roller Gores in Banksia Park. Banksia Park High. Scariest place in the world. Scariest place in the world. Yeah, I don't talk about PTSD.
Fair enough.
lived near it, and some things happened there. I walked past once when I was 13 years old. Nothing bad like that, but just very scary.
Okay.
So next game, Collingwood 71, Lions 100. When the Lions into the grand final again, well done, made it there. All season you can kind of tell when the Lions get in that mood, and the mood is very much we want to be the best team in the league still. Then they just do it. And they had the move from the start. Chris Fagan had a theme going into the game all week. And he spoke about having revenge and redemption. This is what he said at a press conference after the game.
Key to that turnaround early, the 3 goals in 5 minutes, which really got you back into the game at the start of that third quarter. What happened at half-time, Chris?
Oh, well, I didn't rant and rave. We've had a bit of a theme going all week. I suppose I can let the cat out of the bag that we never. I know we beat them a few weeks ago, but we felt as a team that we couldn't sort of get any redemption for that loss in the 2023 grand final until we actually were able to beat Collingwood in a final. And we've been talking about that a fair bit all week, and we talked about that again at half time and sort of said, that's what we want to do. So whether that helped the group do what they did, I'm not sure, but that was one of the themes all week. It wasn't meant in a derogatory way to Collingwood. It was just about us and how we felt about that grand final and how can we get a bit of redemption. So we got a little bit tonight. Not the same as a losing grand final performance, but still an opportunity to go and have another go at winning another one.
Man, Chris Fagan's awesome. Just everything about him. Like his little waddle, his stature, the fact he walks like 20 Ks a day. He's an awesome coach.
We were so big on him during the stream, weren't we?
We were massive on Chris Fagan. Just the way he walks in, like he doesn't really know where and what's going on with the media world, but he's so locked into Brisbane Lions football. Let's be great. I've got a huge football brain. And then he kind of goes out of it. And it's like, oh, that could generally be like my grandpa. Like he's just awesome. Yeah. I love him so much. He's a great coach. I love also that he does the shaking the hands with the players pre-game. Like that feels like, okay, that I gotta go to war for this guy. He's shaking my hand.
Yeah.
Like he's ready. I gotta be ready.
Yeah,
that's a cool thing he does. That's great. So also just the way he solved the Collingwood puzzle after half time, like he very much the blueprint was there. You get through their first and second line of pressure and you get so many looks at goal. That's what happened here. As soon as Pies' pressure fell away, like Brisbane were just out and really out. They kicked the first 4 and it felt like Collingwood might be in trouble with the game. And then the third quarter, Collingwood lead at half time. And the third quarter gets rolling. Cam Rayner, who was quiet, gets involved. Then Will Ashcroft, that beautiful boy with the beautiful hair, says, enough of this shit. I'm going to go crazy here. I run this ground. Haven't you heard? His first goal when he's out and breaks the 50, that one where he hit the celly, that's his own celly, the big belt celly. Man, that was a real just game-changing moment. That was like this guy's putting the team on his back. Then the second one from the forward stoppage when he just flies through off the ground. Stud. Absolute stud.
You got no right making that.
No right. What is he, 21?
Yeah.
Doing that. Like just built for big stages, built for bright lights, absolute moth with beautiful hair. That hair has had more work on it. He's got more blonde tips than I've ever seen in it. He puts sea salt in it. We've heard the recipe to his hair. It's so good.
Conditions 3 times a week.
Oh, of course he does. It's beautiful to see it in full flight as well. So he's an absolute star. And this was a battle of whose dad has better sperm.
Yep.
It's quite clear that Will Ashcroft wins that battle over everyone. He's the best sperm ever. The way that he went about that as well, like Marcus wins that battle over Peter. Didn't see a lot of Peter on the TV.
No, very quiet.
Saw Marcus, who was sitting in a seat, probably first or second level. He would have hated that. Would have absolutely hated that. Wants to be on the roof. So they're just like Brisbane they got stars everywhere. Like Hugh McCluggage didn't get tagged, had 37 and 10. And to make it grand final after the season they've had, like it's been up and down all year. Win big games, lose ones they shouldn't. They lose Coleman to injury. They lose Hipwood, Neil, Answorth, Payne. Have the toughest fixture because they won the flag last year. Then they get in the road in front of a Collingwood crowd. They have to stay at a hotel where they got robbed. Like it's a lot to just come back and bounce back from and be back to where they can win another flag again. And I love everything about this team. They're a fun team to get behind. They're like very, very just cool characters everywhere. Like I think Harris Andrews is great. I think he's very weird, but he's very cool the way he intercepts. Kyle Lohman just doing push-ups on the Collingwood cheer squad after that late goal when it sealed the game is probably my favourite celebration ever. Ty Gallup, horseboy, who will get around hard, his 5th game, he kicks 3 in a prelim. So it's just, they are what they are when they want to be.
Yep.
And when they want to be the best team in the league, They just will be that. And they came to Melbourne and did that. I think their system's great. It's just all went well for them in this game. And for Collingwood, everything kind of went not well at all. Even going into the game, it's very rare that Craig McRae makes a mistake. Just like he's switched on. He knows everything. He's a deep thing in the game. Not only did he make one from his own coaching call, he makes a couple. So Myercheck tears a tendon in his toe that needs jabs and then comes out and says, yeah, when the jabs were off, he was nowhere, he couldn't move. Dan McStay's healthy. Dan McStay, you brought in for these moments. Play McStay. He's healthy, you'd think. Scott Penderbury does a calf in the warm-up. So he's chatting to the staff pre-game and telling him, hey, I've got a tight calf, I've got calf awareness. For him then to come off in the first quarter and then be like, oh, what's wrong? You've got a tight calf. No shit. He's got a tight calf. He's told you pre-game his calf's really sore. So that was a massive risk from the coaches who got word from the physio staff and doctors, hey, Pendles has a tight calf, should we play him? To roll him back out. 2 mistakes.
I will say this, great blueprint for the Lions this weekend with Lachie Neale then. Because you look at it and you go, see, this is what happens.
Yeah, I think so. Like, you can't... It's a huge roll of dice if they play him.
Yeah, massive.
They're going to play him. They won't play Berry, they'll play him. Even though Fags has always been big on you can't take players who can't do everything you need him to do or 100%. So I think they're going to play Lachie. Lachie did like a 10K session where he did stoppage stuff, cutting, like full strength striding.
I mean, to be fair, if that's true and he was fine, then go for it. But
well, yeah.
I just can't understand that.
You'd think like, even in this one here with Scott, surely if you're thinking, hey, it's a prelim, let's just roll the dice, like, why wouldn't you plan for, hey, he might go down in the first 5 minutes as well, and then just ruin your whole plan, get Ron Steele into the game? Like, that was just a bad call. To go out with, like, just tightness.
Yeah.
Calf tightness. You'd almost rather him just go out with an injury that means he cannot move, because he's sitting there and walking around with tight calfness. You'd almost be like, oh, I'd rather him do something really bad because then he comes off and it makes sense. But him to go, I've got a tight calf, I now can't play after 5 minutes. Bad call from everyone involved in that decision. Even Scott.
Yeah.
To be like, no, you don't need to break Boomer's record. You're going to get there. You're playing next year.
You will get
just
there.
Just go out of the game. So that happened, and it was off to a bad start. Then they got themselves involved in the game. And then the Jamie Elliott thing happened. So I kind of think the best sort of therapy for Collingwood fans out there this week is to just get into as many online arguments about Jamie Elliott and that mark and not being a free kick as you can. Like, you need to, and trust me, I've been in this situation before, you need to get those emotions out of your body. So jumping onto an online thread and arguing with strangers about this is kind of the way to get that spite and vengeance out of your heart. So I would highly recommend you guys doing that for the whole week leading to the grand final. But again, everyone's saying the umpire got it right. And there was so many arguments online about, is it right, is it wrong? Just to the eye, it's a free kick to Elliott.
Yeah.
But to people who got the rule book out, so funny, you know what? Fans getting the rule book out is my favourite thing ever. Fans going, well, actually, according to Rule 18.5.2d, the laws of football stipulates a free kick is to be awarded when a player makes contact with an opposition player from front on and whose sole objective is to not contest or spoil a mark. That basically means if you have eyes to the ball and trying to kick or mark a spoil, you should be pinged for front on contact. According to the rules, you are not prohibited from contacting a player in front if it's incidental and attempting to spoil or mark the ball. That's my favourite thing. People bring that in.
And you just know that if it happened to the Brisbane Lions, there would be no rule book.
You know what? It's finals football. We're going off vibes and the emotion.
Yeah.
Burn the rule book.
Yeah.
Because that, to me, looked like a free. But if Starcevic, who's got, again, a football IQ, tracked the ball literally from behind his head, he looked at the ball the whole time.
Yeah.
So he sold it well to the umpires, but also just got Jamie Elliott flush front on. So there's that free kick as well. But shout out to Starcevic. That's a big play to get him. Again, whistles get swallowed there. And what we do know about rules, like we know this, the rules are very open to personal interpretation. Like if the umpire goes, in my eyes, that's not a free, then it just isn't. But in your eyes, it is a free. Like, they're very open rules.
Yeah.
It's very rare that.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, what are you going to do? You can't do anything. I've got a whistle, so you can't do anything about that. And even before, in that instance, this free kick that wasn't paid. Before that, Tim Membry, you've marked the ball 35 out. You're a dead-eyed dick with the ball. Just go back and kick it because you've marked it with a guy who's left Jamie Elliott coming at you hard. That kick was always going to have to be popped. There's no way that ended up in a great scenario for Collingwood because he had to pop it so high off one step. go back and put the game on your back.
He would have
and kick
too,
it.
yeah.
You would have kicked it, and then the game maybe looks different. Now that free kick at all, that didn't change anything. Like really, the game. I think that
Bit of
that
momentum though. It felt like
momentum would have, but like you lost by 30 points in the end. That game was gone. Fly spoke about after the game. Fly handled everything really good post game.
Yep.
You got a lot of respect from a lot of people. This is what he said about the whole incident post game.
I thought you were going to ask me about the free kick, the one we didn't get.
We're getting to that next.
Okay.
You're 12 points down. It looked like front on contact. What was your reaction?
No, it looked like that. Yeah, it did. No guarantee he kicks the goal though, is it? Like this is the world I live in. I never make excuses. I don't want our fans to see a coach that leads our group through excuses because it just doesn't get you anywhere. I think losers make excuses. We don't. We're winners, and we didn't win today. Clearly beaten by a better team. I think they would have beaten us anyway the way they were playing. So you could say what ifs and if only, but it's not the space we live in. We didn't control the things we could control well, and around huge, and then we had great momentum going into half time, and we just let it slip real quick. And this is against really good opposition. They make 3 grand finals in a row. We really well coached. Fags had a great year again, and they got a few out, and just shows the depth of their belief in their system. And today was just a bit better than us.
That's great. That's big. Fly's won a few over there. He has ever since he came into the Collingwood program, he's won people over because he's just not really a Collingwood person that we've known to be like, nah, bugger the game, screw that umpire. He's just like, you know what? Wouldn't change a thing. We don't think. Still to kick the goal. That's football. So he gets it. He gets it. Football's football. Things happen. So I love that he did that as well. So with the whole Collingwood now, them losing this was all in this year for him. But they went to the draft and said, actually, fuck them draft picks. We don't want any draft pick. We want to build a list for right now. So they go and get Dan Houston. They go and get Harry Perriman. All chips are in.
Yeah.
If my team does that, if Carlton did that, and we lose a prelim, I'm still very happy.
Yeah.
I'd rather my team do something than do nothing at all and try and rebuild the draft. I think the drafting process is done. So they've gone all chips in. Now they have just a huge decision to make because, like, Mason Cox probably played his last game.
Yeah.
He got assaulted by a 5'7" Dane Zorko when Dane ripped those goggles off his face. I mean, then Dane gets fined $5,000 for it as well. So that was dangerous. Also, a lot of Pies fans were calling for a free kick on it on the day. I've never seen a free paid for, I guess you call it high.
Very high.
Like too high.
For that.
Anytime your goggles get ripped off on a footy field, that's probably a free kick. But it's the same for headbands though?
To be fair, it's dangerous though. Like ripping someone's glasses off.
I mean, he did almost, this is cocked, lose his vision.
Yeah.
And Chris Scott would hate him for sure if he did that. So I get why it's dangerous. And a lot of people had to live, that's probably not great look for Dane to do that. So he goes fined $5,000. But this team now, after they've said, fuck these draft picks, generally are looking at a rebuild here.
Yeah.
Like oldest list, they have no first round draft picks. The first round pick is the first pick in the draft is round 2, pick 34. Dan Houston just wasn't Dan Houston from Port Adelaide. Bobby Hill, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows at all? Jamie Elliott might leave, might check too. So Collingwood fans, it might be time to put the hard hat on, the steel caps, start digging because you've got to rebuild right now. Like you're staring down the rebuild.
They just won't though.
They will, of course they won't. Because they have the mentality of let's go get Charlie Curnow from nowhere.
Exactly.
Like we've got nothing to give, but we can make something work here. So I don't know. I think I love the fucking approach to win a flag.
Yeah.
I think it's massive ballsy. And the positive there for this whole list, I guess it's old, but the real positive is that their young player is really, really good. Nick Dacos.
Yes.
Like he's really, really good. So outside of him, it doesn't feel like there's another good young like star talent coming through. And I have no doubt that Peter is saying to the crew at Collingwood, you have to put some pieces around my son because my son and his great career has to be great forever. He's not doing rebuilds.
No.
Nick's not going to be the best team on a shitty team. You need to go out and get pieces and make sure that you're good forever for the next 10, 15 years. That's how that's going to work. I have no doubt Nick's camp be saying the same thing. Otherwise, hey, I'm going to go somewhere and make this thing work. So let's see what they do. They've got a lot of like huge decisions to make. Bobby Hill, I think, gets moved.
Yeah.
That feels like one that gets done.
Doesn't it?
Myercheck feels like he gets moved, but you won't get much out of him. Jamie Lee gets moved. Like, it'll look completely different next year, this Pies team. And then on to, again, the Lions. Sorry,
Yes.
just a great effort.
Just had a moment there.
I had a message come through. One of the Lions, just a great effort to get there.
Yeah.
Again, I love that Big O plays in his grand final.
I'm very excited about that.
Big on that. Barry's not playing. Barry's not playing. Lockie Neal will play, but so that's a grand final. Geelong, Brisbane.
I'm ready.
We look forward to it. Big build up. Grand final parade.
Yes. Come and have a look at me emceeing that one.
Bit of me time on the mic there. So where are you emceeing from?
Now I don't know that. I believe I think the parade ends up in the MCG Gardens.
Yeah, it does.
I believe.
You at the Garden the whole time?
Yeah.
So you'll get to see. Are you presenting them to lift the cup?
I think I might be.
Wow. Because it's a big moment.
Unless that's like TV.
No, it'll be on TV, but I think it might be you. I think it's a different broadcast. So this might be you, because this moment is big for fans. Who lets go of it first? You have to amp it up. You have to watch it closely to see. And really give it a bit. Give it a bit. Because everyone, that's what I ride.
Yeah.
I make my tip based off that. My vibe is whatever captain holds on that cup longer, I'm going that team because they want it more.
Maybe I'll be the last one to take my hands off it.
Well, the way you're inserting, you'll have it both hands like this. Yeah, so a massive inserting week for you coming up.
Yeah, it's as big as it gets, right? I mean, obviously, it turns out, unfortunately, not going to the Brownlow tonight.
Oh, what happened? Jiu-Jitsu coach get a call up?
Yeah, but he did offer me a ticket to the grand final. So,
that's good.
We were on phenomenal terms.
Yeah, great. Okay, so you're back big time with him.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get that last
Just couldn't get that
tick of the big events of the year.
Yeah, but that's okay. And then other than that, we've got a grand final parade. I think we've got the NBL this week.
NBL. Grand final party.
Insert myself into that somehow.
Yeah, our grand final party's still going ahead. Well, I don't know all of that, but it's going ahead.
That sounds concerning. But
Moondog Doglands, their tickets available still. Put a story up again if you want to get to that one. Pies fans now can get there if you want. Brownlow's on tonight.
Yep.
So that's big. Stephen wrote in to us about the Brownlow. He's saying the Brownlow should have a table for players that want out.
Yeah.
Their own table in the back corner.
Like a kid's table.
With no lights, and you just get the worst meal, like leftovers.
I'm on big Zach watch tonight. It'll be fascinating.
There's no... from all reports, Zach Merritt's going.
Well,
he's got some nerve rolling in. You got some nerve ringing me, boy. Zach Merritt has like the biggest balls rolling into an Essendon table because he's not going red carpet. I'm on the red carpet. If I see Zach Merritt, I'm going to be like, you know what you've done. You've got some nerve walking this red carpet, boy. So he's going to enter through the back way.
He'll do what he meant. Of course, he'll do the red carpet.
No, with every media person there, absolutely not.
True,
absolutely not. So he's going to enter through the back door, and then he's sitting at the table welcoming his Essendon teammates, being like, "Oh yeah, how funny was all that stuff about me leaving?" Wild scenes.
Yeah.
And is Essendon letting him when Sam Mitchell's in the same building? You just know if you're a player now that Sam Mitchell's out and can have a few beers. If you're a captain, Sam Mitchell's going to just recruit you for sure. That's a massive warning to all captains tonight at the Brownlow.
It's his grand final, really.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's just a Sam Mitchell recruitment night, really.
It's a wedding, but just full of captains.
Yeah.
It's his dream.
Wow, you'd be watching him real closely.
Yeah.
Making sure he doesn't get up to anything. But it's going to be a good count. It's going to be...
it will be good.
I don't know who's going to win. I guess the clear-cut favourites, Nick Dacos, Noah Anderson, Dawson, Matt Rao, Bailey Smith are there. Apparently the last 70 Brownlow medals have been in the top 6 for contested footy that season.
Yeah, right,
So Nick Dacos isn't in that. But Matt Rao is. So is that anything? You know what I'm calling? I'm calling a 3-way tie tonight.
I'd like that.
Dacos, Dawson, and Anderson.
I like it.
I think we're going to see a tie in the Brownlow. That's where I'm going with it. Would be awesome. Because the night just goes forever. You just sit there and we'll do the same thing. We'll be on our TV and you just know Andrew's going to get up there and talk for a little bit. And then he'll be like, before we start the count, who wants to hear from fucking Thirsty Merc? Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Who hasn't listened to Wolf Mother in a while? We'll get them up for 3 songs.
Here's the back catalogue.
Yeah. And before the count, hey, anyone want to hear the Veronicas pump out a song? Because they're here as well. Here's a local artist that no one knows playing a song.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, get into the fucking count.
Yes.
Because it's 10 o'clock.
Start it now.
If
anything.
It's 10 o'clock. Like, we don't care about an artist. Okay? Do your awards. Do your awards and let's get this show on the road. Like, we just want to know who wins.
Yeah.
So, and then you know what? They make up time in the back end and Andrew's just reading so quickly no one can understand because it's a horrible night, but we'll get a winner, which will be good.
Can't wait to hear from his wife on the red carpet too. Find out who's going to win.
Genuine no talking ban for sure. Just won't be able to talk in. Do you reckon he knows? He knows who he knows.
Well, I feel like we got the sense that she knew. Right.
He knows. I asked him
So-
last week. He didn't give me much.
Okay.
I was like, give me a little heads up. Who wins this thing? And he laughed. So he didn't say no.
Oh, okay.
So he knows as well. So it'd be cool, though. It'd be cool. It's always a fun night to tune in and see, like, who gets robbed,
Yeah.
really. So if Dacos doesn't win it, Pies fans will burn the whole building down. Well, they will. After the weekend they've had,
Yeah, tough
they'll
week.
absolutely lose it. So let's see. We'll put our teeth in.
But
and
you
see.
bench from the All-Australian, mate. It's not really a Brownlow spot, is it?
If he doesn't win, I won't be surprised.
No.
I won't be surprised. I think one of the Suns boys are coming hard for it.
Yeah.
And then we've got our awards show coming out on Wednesday.
Yes.
So our own personal awards. We'll cover some news and then we'll do the DDF awards. So things like team who can't win the whole thing, shittest team, player had the worst moment, worst journo, all those kind of quirky events. We'll give out some awards there. And can't wait. It's our first annual one. So it'll be fun.
It'll be big.
It'll be big.
Gotta
It's
set
a
the
big,
time.
it's a big awards night. So
Are we doing suits?
We'll do suits for it.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll do suits. We'll get some. I'll get some meals here brought to us as well. Like we'll make it like a Brownlow thing.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure, champagne and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So we'll make it a real thing. Thank you for doing football with us. Thanks for tuning in. Go forward, enjoy your day, get ready for the Brownlow tonight, and we will see you on Wednesday to keep it stiff once again.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.